though, that does about
Is going to try for another Will-O-Wisp. Will it hit? No!
the trick part would make sense. And you might wonder, well, why did Lacey...
And good evening, trainers, and welcome to another episode of Silph Co Sports here on Geeklife. My name is the Dodd, the streamer you need, but not the one you deserve. And today I am joined by the Badid Stan and Poke fan, Echo Rose. How are you today, Echo?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. I recently just got done with a very epic run, Brilliant Diamond, called it Steel Team 6. It was a mono steel type run. And it took me till 8 episodes to get through it, but I finally Cynthia. Now the 8th episode was an 8-hour stream, but you know, that's here nor there. But it was a really epic
pain.
It was a really epic fight. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out the final fight, I would cordially invite you to go do so. The last fight with Cynthia, I ended up winning it. I don't try not to put my own clips in the highlighted clips of the week, but I almost went back and clipped this to just put it. I literally withstood. I went down to 1 HP through the power of love from one of Garchomp's earthquakes. Right, get my berry. I come back. Right, and then I go down again to 1 power of love. Right, to return an ice in order to knock the Garchomp out.
Wow.
So
you got to get through that Yachi berry, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I had to get through the Yachi berry. It was like the 3rd time I'd gotten Garchomp in the red. It was the 3rd full restore that fucking Cynthia had used. Because I was literally I had a little sliver of health left. I was a fool and aqua jetted my last turn of Trick Room. Instead of just going for the
play
ice beam again.
The ice beam again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought of Azumarill for a second. I forgot you were doing a full steel type run. I hear Aqua Jet and I go for Azumarill.
Yeah, this was a Napoleon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I started off with Oswald, which was my Napoleon. I started off with Oswald. We finished with Oswald, and ended up beating Cynthia with B left. Literally no other monster back. So
just
it was
Oswald.
crazy. Definitely go check it out. Yeah, the power of love over Cynthia's stinky Garchomp.
Every time.
Some people say like the power of love part is OP, right? But
Power
I feel
of love
it's
is
also
crazy.
OP that Cynthia is using 3 fucking full restores, and I've capped myself to not using any fucking healing items.
Yeah,
so
no healing items.
I think it fucking evens out. That's just
I do think that it evens out.
I
do have to note also that I think ice type moves trump the power of love and Cynthia's Garchomp.
That's true. That's true. Well, not he's got that fucking berry.
Yachi berry is crazy.
It is.
Tanks any ice move and just return KOs. Garchomp is insane.
What about you? What have you been getting into lately?
I've been playing a lot of BDSP in terms of the VGC scene, and I
remember I asked you to help me build a team, and you're like, I don't even know where my fucking sword is.
Yeah, right? I have no clue where my Pokemon sword is. It's gone, lost to the world, and frankly, it can stay that way. I don't miss Series 11.
Well, that's good. How's your BDSP run going? Cynthia yet?
Actually, I don't have the game. I've just been playing on Showdown.
You've just been playing on Showdown.
Yep.
I got you. Well, we got some new chatters in here today. Borbprime, welcome. Looks like we got
welcome to chat.
Mochi Papusa and Littlest Nelly Savage. Thank you guys. Welcome. We're glad that you guys are here.
Return chatters as well. Thanks for the love.
Oh yeah. We appreciate that. Well, folks, we have a great show planned for you guys tonight. But first, remember, if you like anything you see or hear on the show tonight, please follow. It's free. It can change. You can even change your mind later. If you're watching us on YouTube, please drop a comment, drop a like, all those things. We love your interaction. We love to see what you guys think of the show. So let us know. The great way to
is always appreciated.
It helps us out. Now, with that out of the way, Echo, what do we have on the agenda for tonight?
Well, Todd, we have quite the lineup for this week, including the results from the recent Victory Road Sinnoh Open BDSP tournament, and what it might mean for the future of the meta, followed by a Unite info dump containing new characters, new skins, and the Cramorant bug that's bugging everyone.
Well, Echo, that sounds like a one hell of a show. Let's get after it with the first story of the night. What do we got? What do we got, Echo?
It looks like the first story is going to be that BGC Open that I talked about. Victory Road hosted a tournament, and it was paid entry, and the prize pool was $500. And top cut consisted of a lot of well-known players like Joe UX9 and Wolfie Glick. And the thing that surprised me the most, if you look at this top cut graphic, if you can see it, there's not a Cresselia in sight, which surprised me because many people touted Cresselia as the undisputed queen of the BDSP meta due to its insane bulk, that being 120 base HP, 120 base defense, and 130 base special defense, meaning not much can break that mon. But if you look, there was another, on the Victory Road site, you can see the usage stats, and the number one Pokemon in usage, the king that rose up to slay the queen, if you will, was Caesar. And
Yeah,
Caesar normally carrying Swords Dance, and Cresselia more often than not only carries Psychic and Ice Beam, those Hariyamas for those Hitmontops, and for, of course, Garchomp. And neither of those hit Caesar for any damage at all, really. So Caesar was actually on 6 of 8 of those top cut teams, and it did win the tournament. So, our reigning champion, James Evans, otherwise known as @TheKingVillager on Twitter, go give him a follow if you haven't already. They used a team that had some interesting meta picks, like that Rotom Heat that you see, which actually was an interesting pick to counter Rain next to Gastrodon, because the most common Pokemon for Rain is Ludicolo, which normally has water, ice, and grass type moves. But if you have Storm Drain, that Rotom Heat is untouchable and can just fire off electric moves into whatever you want. So it was a very interesting composition, and I was personally really surprised by the outcome. Not by Caesar's dominance, but by the absolute lack of Cresselia and some of the really interesting team picks like Raikou and Rotom Heat.
Yeah. You know, I think that Rotom Heat is a pretty crazy pick to Rain. That obviously Rotom Heat would be terrible.
Yeah, it seems like a horrible Pokemon without Dynamax.
And you know how much I love my Easy Pickup.
Of course.
You know, seeing him there. I mean, like that's the cool thing about BDSP is it just gives it. It's why I think you see so many of the players flocking to it right now, because it just gives a big shakeup to what's been going on. You get to play with mons that we all like playing around with Scizor, Hitmontop, all these things, but we don't have. They haven't really got a shine because it's different ever since. So I think it's really cool to see. Definitely, the surprising one here was Scizor.
I figured it would be pretty good.
The usage I think that they had for it was over 6.
Yeah, it was a crazy stat.
Which is like that's Incineroar now. That's even bigger than Incineroar.
Bigger than current Incineroar numbers in Series 11. You're right. It was absolutely insane.
That is pretty crazy. It was Technician Scizor, I believe, is the one that we most. I think we have popular. Lusa in chat. Technician Scizor with Bullet Punch, sure. Is what's the most common moveset that
most common moveset? My knowledge that I've seen on the ladder is Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, X Scissor for Cresselia, and Protect with a Metal Coat. A lot of people opting for that Metal Coat just to make Bullet Punch hit that much harder. It can OHKO a bunch of Pokemon even at neutral. Can't hit fire types, of course, but compared to something like that Gastrodon,
so the thing I ended up running, I had a Scizor on my Steel team. There was a way, I found a way to get Scizor Scyther before the Elite Four, so it was totally within the rules that I had there.
Yeah.
So I got me Scyther before the Elite Four, trained up my Scizor. I definitely used a lot of Technician Bullet there. I used Quick Claw because I was sure that it could out stuff with that Scissor. It needed Winged. That's the one big one for a lot of like Roserade, Heracross. Those are the ones.
Aerial Ace makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, Aerial Ace. I used my TM for Aerial Ace on. I couldn't go back and get it. So I had to get it to learn wing attack, which is pretty much the same.
Same attack, really.
Yeah, pretty much the same attack. Aerial ace is guaranteed to not miss,
Of course, but that really is the only difference.
but I mean, wing attack is 100% shouldn't miss him. Got to reduce.
right.
So
Doesn't
anyway,
matter too much in the grand scheme of things.
yeah. Anyways, so I loved having Scizor on. He definitely put in a lot of work. I didn't think
Does.
about Metal Coat though as a held item just to make sure that bullet really
Yeah.
fuck some shit up. It really is
Yeah,
a bump that
absolutely.
Scizor doesn't have a move that is a bug move that's by technique. The
Yeah,
only
I
one that I
know.
saw that was close is Fury Cutter,
Cutter,
which
but
would
it,
be good if you use it in succession, but I mean,
yeah.
it does still just as much as Bullet Punch. So
Problem is just that you have to use Fury Cutter over and over, and if you protect or Bullet Punch or even go for something like a Sword Stance, Fury
Start back
Cutter's
to the
base power goes right back down to 40. It is boosted to 60 and then to 90 thanks to Technician and then Stab. But that's the same numbers as Bullet Punch, and that's priority, so it almost feels not nearly as good. It lost Bug Bite,
We-
which really was a shame. Bug
we
Bite
need
would
a
have been amazing for it.
priority bug.
We've
That's what
got
we need.
First Impression, but that
Yeah.
I don't know that move exists in BDSP. I agree though, Bug needs something. It
That's
really
where
does.
they back hit faithful remake,
Absolutely.
taking all of
Take away the burning jealousy and your high horsepower and your stomping tantrum. You only get Earthquake. Don't complain.
Well, that's not the only story we have for tonight. In fact, we've got a ton of that's what we're talking about. Unite updates as well as birds bugs. Decidueye's drop left many fans hungry for more new additions, and the wait for fresh faces wasn't long. Serena has tripped right in after the mysterious marksman with a Dragonite is seen shortly after. Dragonite stormed onto the scene and made a big splash when it did. Its auto moves are debatably some of the best in the game, with its boosted attack having the ability to both refresh and cool down on its special moves when it hits, so restoring a small amount of HP. This might be the best auto attack in the game, though it's only one of 3 of Dragonite's boost attacks, that being the water variant. That sounds bad enough, but the range on its Ignite move is comparable to that of Decidueye's Spirit Shackle, which has quite a range. Though it
Does
appears
indeed.
to have even more range than that, which is absolutely nuts. You can actually snipe opponents zone over, but it gets even more ridiculous. If you don't move very far when Dragon move, then you don't use up much of that Unite energy gauge. You can theoretically just pseudo slam if you were to only use that move right in front of you. It certainly looks like a strong addition to Unite's ever-growing cast of familiar faces. There have been certainly some costume updates for the veteran cast, yet another snazzy Absol outfit, some Santa multiple characters. You can feel the festive spirit emanating from Christmas-inspired styles, and skins never fail to disappoint. Well, unless price is brought in discussion. Seriously, skins don't cost that. To top it all off, Cramorant has decided to be one of the top to one-up Greedent in ruining the game for everyone. A glitch was discovered in which the buggy bird can make effects of its scoring, leading to the complete invincibility that lasts the entire rest. That one bird that will never see the inside of an oven on Thanksgiving. The flames wrought of hunger would do naught but tickle its invincible the not invincible dodo. Seriously, Cramorant Greedent is out of a job now. Tencent has stated that the bug is something they are currently unaware of, but they ask players to please refrain from using the glitch while they search for a patch to return the blue bird to the realm of reality. I don't think anyone listening to that
Have to
past
agree.
the glitches on BDSP. Especially some of these cloning glitches. But what do you think about Unite's Christmas update and what they're bringing to it? I really love what they did with Halloween. So far, I'm pretty happy with the Christmas. What do you
I
feel?
say the Christmas
Go.
update is pretty alright, all things considered.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than the Halloween update. That pumpkin minigame drove me up the wall. I couldn't stand it.
They're gonna bring
And-
back a snowball mini, just like the
Ugh.
pumpkin mini.
Great, I love that. I'm so excited for it.
Well, I mean, if during the Halloween update they changed the entire map to like a spooky themed, that would have been I would have gone nuts over. Like maybe make
Yeah, that would've
Galarian
been
Moltres
crazy.
the bird in the
That would have
middle.
been super cool.
That would have been so nuts.
Actually,
So
in reference to that, I think Zapdos is being replaced with Articuno for this Christmas season. So
yeah, that's what I was mentioning. So
Yeah.
one of the big things that they did change is they did basically a skin change to the map. Choose to either go into the original stage or you can do the skin change. Basically changes everyone. Well, mostly
Right.
everyone. There's still some fucking Corphish.
Corphish are
but-
just sticking around.
They're just always there. It doesn't matter. Winter, summer, there's Corphish.
Well, job's a
Um,
job, and they're paid to be there.
They're paid to be there. But anyways, it's all of like the Apon Panbors. The Clefairies to Escues changes Buffalant, Ludicolo to Poros, Zapdos, which changes to Articuno. I can't remember what Dreadnought, or if Dreadnought stays.
Not sure.
And then Vespiquen, Combees change Beartic.
Oh, that's really cool.
The Cubchoo.
Cubchoo.
So, yeah.
Could not remember that Pokemon's name for the life of me. I actually skipped Gen 5.
Yeah, I played Gen 5. I remember playing Gen 5. I was really disappointed with a lot of Gen 5. I played Gen 5 and I still can. There's a lot of forgettable.
There are a lot of really cool things too, though. I really like Genesect, to be honest.
Yeah.
My favorite mythicals.
Ups.
I like Gen
Um,
5 personally, but
Speaking of Up
just
Smash,
haven't gotten around to
Up Smash.
playing it.
What do you think of producer Up Smash? What do you think of the Unite Christmas update? Are you excited to see this?
Well, to be honest, I've been playing a lot of the Unite Christmas map, and I actually like it a lot. I unironically like it a lot. So one of my favorites is just one of my favorite things is that they actually buffed Snorlax. So
Yes.
they made it so that all of his moves are now happen like one level earlier. So that means I can no longer be a dead weight to my team. I can just go in with heavy slam block or flail yawn, and then just tear him up, just take him out, and then the team just has to thank me for it. What are you gonna do?
Pretty badass. Yeah. No,
Really
I mean,
can't do much
like,
of
I-
anything.
Flail Snorlax and the Snorlax updates are pretty intense. It's and what the Snorlax can do now. I mean, I've seen what you can do. We've seen some
Let's
highlights.
see
It's
what
been
he
pretty
can do,
impressive.
that's for sure.
All right, I'm gonna cut back to you guys.
Stay tuned for that. Thanks, producer Up Smash. Love
Yeah,
that
thank-
Ditto skin that was released alongside the Pokemon Unite Christmas update.
Right? Yeah, that new Ditto skin, the new skin for producer Up Smash there.
The Merry Ditto.
But yeah,
Snowman Ditto.
chat loved that visit.
Oh, yeah.
Good. That's good. Glad.
Alright, we'll be hearing a
We'll-
little
we'll-
bit more
we'll-
from
we'll
producer
be-
Up
we'll be-
Smash.
We'll be
for now.
consulting producer Up Smash a bit more.
Sure, for sure.
All right, Echo, you got the third story of the night. What do we offer the third story?
The third story of the night is actually another Unite update, and that is the debut of Pokemon Unite in the competitive scene. We're gonna see Pokemon Unite Worlds 2022 alongside games like VGC, TCG, and even the Pokken Tournament series. There is also set to be a circuit in 2022, though no information is currently available about it. I personally am really excited for it. I think that it could either be incredibly interesting in terms of competitive, or it could actually be. I think it could be very broken. I
Yeah.
think if things like the Cramorant bug or Greedent stay the way that they are now, I think that the meta is actually going to be very interesting. And by interesting, I mean comp is going to look something like Greedent Snorlax with Flailon, Cramorant, and, you know, Blissey, whoever. Oh no, it seems that I've fallen and I can't get up.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shit.
It's alright.
We're fine. We're fine. Pay no attention to the fact
going
that
back to the
Echo has become tiny.
Don't worry about it.
But
It's trying out minimize.
The prize for the current pot, I mean, they have for what, $1 billion? Sorry, $1 billion.
So, it's something crazy like that, though I don't remember the exact amount. I think
Yeah.
if you won like an exorbitant amount of money like that through spamming Greedent, Belch, and Covet, I think that those players should feel very bad about themselves, but they won't. They'll laugh, surrounded by enormous piles of money, and continue eating berries and
yeah.
running away.
They'll be eating berries in front of them. They'll become spitting. Do this.
Absolutely.
I think it's great to see Unite finally recognized it this way. I think that it didn't take very long. That's surprising it didn't take very long. I'm a little bit speculative, and actually, I would like to bring in producer Upsmash for this one. What do you think about, particularly about the competitive aspect here? Because you and Echo know from the Smash scene, Nintendo typically isn't really good about maintaining their competitive scene, but they seem to have
That is
already bought
true.
into Unite, and that seems a bit different than maybe the situations with Smash or with some of these other. What do you think? Do you think that the early buy-in of Unite is a good thing, or is this, oh, now Nintendo's getting involved, we're all fucked?
All right. So my opinion for Unite getting into competitive is actually a very, very good idea to have. Right now, I think that Tencent would probably take over for this entire thing. Kind of Pokemon does actually have some love for competitive gaming, but Nintendo in general does not actually give a crap if Smash Bros. Actually lives or dies. I'm actually very, very cautiously optimistic to see what will happen in in the new set. All right, back to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, I am too. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that, I mean, there's a lot of money on the table, and I want to see Unite into a more competitive direction, serious competitive. So I'm excited to see that. I think I'm with you. Fingers crossed, you know.
Love
Echo,
to be
you gotta-
optimistic personally.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo cares a lot more about the money than they do about maintaining a proper competitive scene. I think
Yeah.
that if it stops making money, they'll drop it like they've dropped Smash in the past, or like they've dropped VGC.
Yeah.
Personally, don't have a
They're
lot of
still
hope
throwing
for
money
it,
at
but
VGC's got a pretty good revival.
yeah,
Probability.
they do. They dropped it for quite a while, but they've been reviving it with the Players' Cups. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to be a bit more optimistic, so I'll hold out hope for Unite.
We'll hold out hope. We'll hold out hope, and our wallets, hopefully, and
Oh yeah.
filled with- hopefully the Uru Gurus get one of these competitions, $1 billion, right? Shout out to the Uru Gurus.
Absolutely. I hope
Ooh.
so.
That's, yeah. Give me an Uru. That's for you. That's for you, Upsmash. You gotta give me an Uru back.
Ooh.
We just get it over the loudspeaker.
I
We
get
don't
it.
even okay,
Ooh.
fine. All right. Moving right along tonight, we have our mod segment. Tonight, with all this news with Unite competitive and BDSP knowledge as well, and the particularly lack of VGC news, we thought it'd be a good time to talk about hot or not. Bring back the old segment that we did in our first episode here. So tonight we're going to be listing as it relates to Pokemon, discussing what makes it hot or not. First on our list is, I believe, your pick, Echo. Tell us what you got
Correct.
for number one. Hot
In
or
the
not?
first slot, I put Cradily, and this is specifically for BDSP. I don't think it has a lot of merit in Series 11, unfortunately. But in BDSP, we've seen the uprising of Rain, as the dominant weather over sun, because a lot of Pokemon that were common sweepers lost ground moves, which really, really limits their coverage. You'll see a lot of Ludicolo or a lot of Kingdra. Credilli doesn't have the same weakness that something like Gastrodon does. It has Storm Drain, but it does not have that 4 times grass weakness to Ludicolo. So I feel like it could definitely be a bit of an interesting meta pick. I used it for a while, and I used it with Stockpile and Recover to really stall out those end games and just bulk through whatever offense they had left, slowly whittle away at them with Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. Dodd, what do you think? Is this hot or not?
I hate to start off the first one with, but I mean, I can see the use with Storm Drain, right? Outside of Storm Drain, I don't see this as I see a lot of Mons rising up right now. I just don't see Credilli as one of them. I mean, especially when you got with Ice fighting, Bug and Steel too. That's you've got quite the number of them. Where especially if you're trying to put this in the same position as Astrodon. So to me, it's kind of a why not use a Gastrodon situation. But I get the reasons for support for it for sure. But to me, I gotta start at Credilli.
Totally fair. I see your reasoning, especially with Caesar being the new king. It's not like Credilli has a whole lot to answer it. So
Bullet
Ignition, Bullet Punch.
Yeah, I mean, it could probably even hit it with an X Scissor. What's his base speed? His base speed is what,
no,
43?
Credilli is
43?
under, yeah.
And
Caesar
Scissor
is
is
faster.
76. Yeah, so he can outbeat it there, especially with that. But speaking of Scizor, I'm up for the next pick. My next pick is Scizor. We've seen him, the dominant boy in the BDSP meta in Victory Road. He's got that bullet, got Technician. You can throw a metal coat on, Swords Dance, Protect, X Scissor, just like we were talking about before. Or maybe you're like me and you need to get something to get through Cynthia. So you need something to take out that Roserade and hit him with a wing attack. Heracross, hit it with a wing attack. All right, that's all you got to do.
True, actually, you could absolutely destroy Heracross with something like a Technician boosted wing attack.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to give it a hot.
You're gonna have to give it a hot.
Have to give it a hot. Yeah, it's on the rise in BDSP. I really think that it's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I think Scizor is at fire. It is the good
absolutely
time
hot,
to be Scizor.
though.
Very hot. Though you don't.
It would
you
hate
don't
to
want
be
it to
hot.
actually get hot.
I see we both went to the same place.
Yes, yeah. It does have a 4x weakness to fire that is big. One of the reasons I picked Scizor on is it's one of the actual mons that didn't have a weakness to fight it. The bug resistance actually neutralizes weakness to fighting as a steel type. And so, and the other thing about it is while Scizor is very, very frail, and we mostly think of it as frail because everyone wants to take it out with a fire type that's already 4 times to it, and fire types mostly attack with special attack. Scizzor's got that base 100 defense. It can take a couple of hits. It can actually take some stuff if it's not completely matched up perfectly to take on Scizor. Then it can absolutely take it out. And I think that's what ends up making a really powerful mon meta, right? If it is a mon that you have to adapt your team, right? Like you have to put this mon out there because Scizor exists, right? You know, that is a really, really strong mon that's going to end up shaping the meta, and that's why it's on fire. But no.
Sure. I think it's flaming hot right now. Used counter with an Akaberry initially because if Arcanine hits it with a Flare Blitz, you can just return KO it with counter. It was a fun tech for a while. That's with rain too. Be spicy.
Cool. I did have the Scizor that I evolved did have. Go back, grab a heart attack, and it's great because like I might just Scizor and whatever it could. I'm gonna need to go to a resident team builder to build good steel type.
Sounds good. Me here.
You got number 3 on the list. What we got for number
3? Our third pick is Hisuian Zoroark, the reveal of the newest and actually only normal ghost type I wanted to talk a bit about it. I personally think its design is absolutely gorgeous and totally fitting for a normal ghost. I think that it's the perfect Pokemon to have illusion with its 3 immunities and only 1 weakness. And I think that if it maintains its, any of its characteristics from its normal form, that this Pokemon has the potential to be extremely hot. What do you think,
Yeah.
Dodd?
Yeah, oh, look at this Pokemon.
I
This
love this
Pokemon
Pokemon's
is
design.
absolutely hot. Look at the
It's
fucking
so
hair
good.
from everything. The design,
It's so
fucking
cool.
gorgeous. Hisuian Zoroark is a fucking queen, but not a queen in like the Serena way, where it's like work it, bitch. This is like I'm coming for you.
This is a war
I'm coming
queen.
for this is
You
this
will.
is what was it Jennifer's body kind of
Oh yeah.
fucking kind
This
of
is a
queen, right? This is gonna murder you in your sleep kind of
yep.
deal.
Silently
I
in the
absolutely love it.
night.
I think a ghost normal type is a type that I've wanted to see for a long time.
Oh yeah,
I think
forever.
I really and producer Up Smash. I do want to eventually build a team with you on a mono normal type team, but now we have the diversity of picking Hisuian Zoroark
It's
for
so good on
for the mono
normal.
for that mono normal team and adding a ghost type into the mix. What do you think
Lord, if
about
it
that?
gets fake
Is
out.
that something you would end up putting on a mono normal team? Smash?
All right, I'm back, boys. Yeah, I would definitely put this thing on my team. Just the absolute like mindfuckery that you can do with this thing. Because come on, you want to disguise a normal type that's oh no, I'm weak to fight. No, this isn't gonna happen with this boy. You just can't do anything about this. You're gonna have to like play some serious mind games. Have everyone try to hit your entire team with as much dark moves as possible. I would say like a very good partner for this Pokemon, if you're gonna be doing a mono normal team, is definitely gonna be Snorlax. It's gonna eat up all those special hits. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Then like I don't know, because either you're gonna have to like eat up a very very fast special attack, or you have to eat up a belly drum boosted thing the next turn, and that's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
mind games
Oh, yeah.
baked right in there, just because you have Zoroark right in the team.
Imagine trying
yeah.
to fake out a Snorlax to prevent the belly drum, and your fake out
Yeah.
just whiffs because it's
Yeah,
not
that's too-
Snorlax. It's
Too bad,
Zoroark.
idiot.
Right.
Time for Zoroark to kill someone.
Disgusting.
Normal type moves will be immune to it, and then ghost type moves will be also immune to it as well.
Yep.
I mean,
It's really
this
gonna be
is
gross.
really getting on the end of being like kind of Spiritomb, in that way.
Absolutely. Can definitely see that being the case.
But an absolutely gorgeous mod. I think that almost all the Hisuian that have come out have been absolutely hits. They've been
Oh, yeah.
absolutely knocking it out of the ballpark. But speaking of balls, my next pick
Hisuian.
is a Hisuian Voltorb. Now we got introduced to this boy this week, and I gotta say, I never liked Voltorb.
No,
I love
didn't either.
Hisuian Voltorb. Okay.
Looks so happy.
One, he looks so happy. He's got the little seed on the top of his head. Okay. Me
No.
and my partner were debating on the origin of how Hisuian Voltorb got their form, right?
Hmm.
I think that especially if you're going back in this region, right? It's debate on whether or not the Apricorn came first, the Voltorb came first, or the Pokeball. I think actually what happened is that you have the Apricorn, that the Voltorbs imitated the Apricorn, the Pokeball imitated Voltorb.
Can see that.
Right? And I think that's my idea for the kind of the chain of how that idea is. But I mean,
Yeah.
okay, we get a new here's on
The
the other
grass
side, on the
type,
competitive
too.
side of this. Okay, we get a new grass electric. Okay,
Mhm.
and the rumor is that he turns upside down, hole at the bottom becomes a little pipe that he can shoot gas out of, and becomes grass flying. Okay, which
That'd
would be
be
a really
interesting.
interesting for Hisuian Electro to be the case. What do you think? Hisuian Voltorb, hot or not?
I personally think it's hot. I think
Yeah.
its design is adorable, and if it imitates an apricot, I actually could see that being the reason why it's part grass type.
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting theory, and I'm willing to run with it personally.
Yeah, and here's the thing about it, okay? I looked this up. apricorns are poisonous to eat. So it makes sense that a Voltorb would imitate a poisonous fruit so that things wouldn't eat it.
Right.
And they make the Pokeball out of all the dots are
I
connected.
can see it. The dots are
But yeah,
connecting.
we get Voltorb back in happy days before it was robbed of all the joy.
Before it
looks
was
like-
robbed of all the joy in its body.
Right. This looks like Voltorb before, capitalism really
For
worn
global
it down,
warming.
right? Before global warming, before before
Team
life
Galactic.
before life really hit this Voltorb. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This Voltorb hasn't even been exposed to their first magical romance. They haven't really felt true sad.
Nope.
They've just been nothing but gleeful and skipping down the road and berries out of a tree with razor leaf. And, I think that we need a little more Stewie and Voltorb.
I do too. I really think that we could all use a little bit of Stewie and Voltorb's energy in our life.
Sure.
That brings us to our number 5.
That brings us halfway down our list of hot or
Halfway down
nots.
the
Yeah, what do we got
list.
for number 5?
Number 5, I've got the entirety of the the BDSP VGC scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it. I love how not set in stone the meta is currently. So with something like, Sword and Shield, you've got your archetypes, your Colossal, your Sun, you've got Zacian, you've got like Shadow Rider with a Scarf and Thunderous and Mienshao and Whimsicott, and you know what to expect from all of that. But in a meta like ESP, you can run something like Akaberry Counter Scizor or Stockpile Recover Credilli and find some success with it. I won a couple of room tours with the aforementioned Credilli, and I mean, really just being able to experiment and do whatever you want in a format is really freeing. And then I've just been really enjoying it. So I don't know if you've been playing it at all, but what do you think? You think it's hot?
to
You think
play
it's
it yet.
not?
I haven't gotten to actually play the new BDS VGC, but I will say anything that shakes really gets some there to play with. A lot of I'm gonna go with because I do like things shaking out of the box. I do think that
Sure.
that BDSP is doing that right.
It does a lot of
I
things.
looked at
wrong with
BDSP as like self casual playthrough kind of thing now. Know
Mhm.
how much I'll be returning to it, but like I'm still open to the idea of doing just building one for the sake of it. Especially
Yeah.
if I got my good my favorite builder building
Yeah.
for a run. So I think that the BDSP meta has a lot to give and has a lot of chance to shake things up. And hell, maybe we'll see something that's crazy successful come out of it that ends up changing the other meta. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how these things get started. Anyways, there's a time
That'd be super
time before everyone knew that Colossal was open.
Oh, yeah. A purer time.
Pure
Truly.
time, a better time. The things, cats and dogs got along together.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
You could see an Urshifu Rapid Strike and not be hit by an enormous wave of PTSD.
Exactly. Moving right
That
along
said-
in our picks, though, is my next one. Number 6 in our list is Series 11 BGC. Series 11 has been largely a brilliant pro, and not that first, I believe the first tournaments that really matter are going to end up being played in Series 12, which is also ways. Is Series 11 just a completely dead meta, or is it still hot because it's the meta that really? What do you think, Echo?
I can see it being the only meta that really matters because BDSP doesn't have any sort of competitive scene at all, despite the grassroots attempts. And I have to say, it's not. I personally don't feel it. I'm not feeling the love for Series 11. I loved playing Pokemon, and I thought Dynamax was a really interesting mechanic. After playing a game where you didn't have to worry about someone clicking Max Airstream turn 1, I say I'm not feeling it. It doesn't feel so hot for me. Don't get me wrong, I still like it.
Yeah.
It's still really fun, but I'm eagerly awaiting Series 12. Offense to
I am
Series
too.
11.
Have they announced the rules for Series 12 yet? I need to look that
Not
up.
at all. I have no
Well-
clue.
Well, we don't know if Dynamax is gone or if they're surprised. Really,
Weirdly enough,
very-
I'm talking about how I prefer
Scizor.
BDSP because of the lack of Dynamax, but I prefer Series 11 to Series 10.
Yeah.
I think Sword and Shield functions the best with Dynamax. I didn't like
Yeah.
Series 10. I liked it initially, then it felt less good than Series 11. If I had to pick one series that I've liked the most, I think it would have to be Series 11.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Series that that you like the most, but it's still a real knot right now.
It's
because
still
everything's
not
going-
hot right now, just with all the things going on. That's my personal opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Moving right along. What you got?
My number 7 pick, and you'll notice I picked a couple of grass types just because I've heard a lot of people talking about lack of good grass types outside of like Breloom and Ludicolo and maybe even Rotom-Mow. Parasect. Now, this was something that came to mind a couple of days ago. I realized it gets Spore. We're a bad move.
Yeah.
100% accurate sleep, very good, but it also gets Rage Powder. So you get
Oh wow.
Moongus in one Pokemon, but something that I always thought would be an interesting combination. It gets Rage Powder and it gets Wide Guard. You can either
Right.
redirect attacks that you don't want to take, or if you think that they're going to go for spread moves to try and get around your redirection, you can click Wide Guard. You have the ability to block everything. It's on you to call it correctly.
Yeah.
I think that with Dry Skin, Parasect functions really, really well in Rain because it gets, if I'm not mistaken, 1/8 HP back, which is double leftovers every turn that Rain is active. That's some good recovery despite its 2 4x weaknesses. Speaking of weaknesses and resistances, it actually pairs very nicely with Heatran. Flashfire Heatran nullifies that 4x weakness if you switched into Parasect, and Parasect can suck up those water moves thanks to Dry Skin. This Parasect resists ground type moves and fighting type moves, all of which are Heatran's weaknesses. And Heatran resists those flying moves, is immune to fire type moves, and can easily take a lot of the other things that Parasect is weak to that slip my mind, like Poison, which it's also
Yeah.
immune to.
I mean,
What do you
got
think?
it's got a lot of strength. Right now I haven't seen Parasect.
Oh, I agree.
Incredible. I would be willing to see that happen. So it's optimistic. I have to say not because I just don't see anything coming out of it just yet, right? I don't see the spice around it, right? I see the potential for a lot of viability, but we don't see usage like we see with Scizor or stuff like that. So I do
respect
think it
that,
could be a
yeah.
good. I do think it could be a good sleeper. I do think it could be like a good Hitmontop in series, right?
Right.
And if that ends up being the case, then I would probably change that to hot.
Totally
So
fair.
it's more of a teetering on the line there of hot or not. But I'm gonna have to eventually go with it.
That's fair. I think it's got a lot of things going for it, but it's got 2 4x weaknesses. It's not a great Pokemon in terms of typing. It doesn't have the best defensive stats, so I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I personally
But
think
I
it
mean,
has
a focus-
potential, but
A focus sash on it to nullify all those things, plus the ability to
true.
everything it does. I can see where there's a if someone else goes out there and starts using it, I will be like, go said it first, man. But this shit was
Yeah, totally
Hiya!
fair.
yeah.
For right now, I think Sash is a really good item on it. I think if you ran Leftovers and had Rain, that would be crazy amount of HP back every turn, 3/16, which
Yeah.
averages out to almost like 40 or 50% of your HP back if you a turn and then you protect the second turn while Rain is up. That's
Be pretty.
easy amounts of
And
recovery.
wide
And it
guard
gets
is so
Leech
much
Seed
useful.
too.
It like you think of wide guard, and you mentioned it before. It's so much more useful in the dynamic meta. It's not like
Mhm.
wide guard in series 11. Okay, guys, it's like wide guard in series 10. You know.
Yeah, it's Series
But
10
the
Wide Guard,
real
not Series 11 Wide Guard.
So like that, there is a lot of viability. I feel.
Sure.
So not, but on the edge of hot is what I
Can see it. Appreciate
number-
you giving Parasect a chance.
Of course. Number 8, though, I've got to talk a bit about boy Zera Aura. What did they do to my boy? Zera Aura was absolutely dominant in Unite. Pretty much he survived so many different round updates there, but finally, the last one really, really took a toll. Discharge got a lot of damage reduced to it, and basically he took a hit in nearly every category. Now, I do think that Zera was, a bit overpowered. I don't think he was overpowered, but what do you think about Zera Aura? Is this a temporary thing? Is Zera Aura still hot, or is this knocking Zera Aura off of its pedestal forever? Is it not? What do you think, Echo?
I don't think it's knocked off its pedestal. I'm gonna have to go with hot. Though,
Yeah?
if they keep hitting it with nerfs, I might have to change that answer. But for now, I think that Discharge being like AoE damage around it, plus its insane mobility and Volt Switch or Spark, I think it's still really good. Plus Volt Absorb as an ability means that something like Pikachu or other like strong electric types, even if you get hit with that new Dragonite auto attack lightning variant, that won't be doing nearly as much damage, and it powers up your next attack. I think it might be a bit of a niche pick now, and it's not as meta as it was once, but I don't think it's bad at all.
Fair enough. Zera Aura still got it. Still got it.
For sure.
What you got for number 9?
Great mythical design all around. For number
yeah.
9, we've got my final pick for grass types, Victory Bell. You know him, you love him, you've seen him in Team Rocket. I personally thought about Victory Bell just the other day, so this one's really new. I haven't given it a lot of time to test, but in every game that I've tested it, I've won. I haven't lost a single game with Victory Bell as of the time of this recording.
Yeah.
And I'm running it currently with dual weather, a Torkoal and a Pelipper.
Okay.
What you can do is you can speed it up with the sun, thanks to Chlorophyll, or you can reduce the power of fire type attacks, Drizzle. Also, Victory Bell gets Weather Ball, which comes off of a base 100 special attack, equivalent to Venusaur, so, you know, respectable, nothing to laugh at for sure.
Right.
With a Life Orb, you're outspeeding a lot of the Pokemon, and you have coverage for, you know, Scizor. You've got coverage for something like the fire types that might threaten it, especially if you're not taking as much damage in rain. Victory Bell also gets access to Sleep Powder. I didn't think it got access to Sleep Powder. It's looking a little bit like the best Venusaur replacement that we've got in this meta currently. If you're feeling a little frisky, it gets Strength Sap too, so you could run like a more bulky support one with Sleep Powder, Strength Sap, something like Sludge Bomb to deal with pesky grass types and Protect, and just lower attack, put things to sleep. Really could just be an annoyance, but what do you think, Don? Is my final grass type hot or not?
I feel like this one is one that I will go with hot. And the reason I say that mostly, I'm looking at the stat between the two of them. Okay, so you're only about 10 speed lower than and with access to stuff like Strength Saps, so good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
especially in a meta like this, I think that you can sit there and really, you know, basically heal yourself off of the next stats and fire back at Scizors and stuff like that with the energy ball. That's a combo there. Plus, Victory Bell, far as like Pokemon puns go, Victory Bell is like one of the best ones. Such a great one. Okay, like how it's spelled, Victory Bell.
No,
all
tree,
like everything, and it looks like
a play
and
on
it's
its
made
grass
to look
type.
like a trophy. Like everything, like
It's great.
it's one of those finger snap Pokemon.
It's so good in terms of pun design.
In terms of pun availability. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this grass type is hot for super effective damage.
Unless it's in the rain, and then it's just neutral.
Unless it's in the rain, then it's just You're right.
I have to agree. I think this is the best type of the best grass type of the three that I presented. I think it's got a lot of potential. It also has like a high attack stat, so if people get accustomed to special,
Oh yeah, that's
Victory
another
Bell
thing. Is it got
it could just
it
run
has
physical moves instead.
right pairing as far as one has the same special attack stat as and
Mhm.
it actually has a little bit higher physical attack, which is a
Ever so
little bit
slightly.
strange. If you could find a good physical set for it, then I would encourage you to do so. But it might be like one of those Lucario
Yeah, the
or
Lucario
Bronzong
situation
where
for
where
sure.
they have better their stats better, but the move set's better for
Yeah,
the other one.
have to agree
That
with
kind of
that.
situation. But you have the options with Victory Bell too. So
Definitely.
that's pretty interesting. So
Yeah,
I
agreed.
definitely got to say that Victory Bell's pretty hot.
Have to agree with you. Looks like we're down to our final pick. Don, what do
Our
you have for the last pick of Hot or Not?
final this round, hot or not, is Cramorant. Yes, we're talking about bird that guzzles more meat than rig. This this broken bird was absolutely dominant in the meta at night because of a big glitch that came around earlier. But honestly, before that, Kramer better on night anyways. It's been consistently good. It's one of the best zoners out there and does a crazy amount of splash damage. Honestly, every Kramer player I've ever met, they're really interesting. If you're a Kramer player, just be my friend on Twitter. But I want to know, like, you're just typically an. So, anyways, Cramorant, what do you think? Hot or not?
I personally think Cramorant's pretty hot, all things considered. Even though it's got that nice little thumbs down in the background of its picture,
Yeah,
I think it's pretty hot.
yeah.
In terms of its glitch where it's invincible forever, gonna have to give that specifically a not, because that's not fun.
Yeah.
But Cramorant in general, I think it's a hilarious Pokemon. I think the way it plays is fascinating. Sort of a Decidueye type snipe and run away. I love the Pokemon. I really do. I think it's dumb. I think it's silly. I think it's fun. I think it's all the things that make for a great meme Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hot.
It's a great one. It's a great one. It's a
pretty
great one.
great.
To end off with Cramorant. It's hot, baby. It's hot. Very
It's
hot.
hot.
Um,
Hell yeah.
well, that'll wrap it up for the first half of the show. We're going to take a short break, but do we want to shout out all our viewers that are chilling here in chat? Caperdoodle Up Smash chilling in here. Savage Patch Kid. We had Machi Papusa over here earlier. We had who do we have earlier? Borbprime hanging out with us. Littlest Nelly. You guys so much for hanging
Lot of
out with us.
people.
Remember that if you like what you hear, make sure to drop us a like, drop us a follow. All those things. Leave us a comment if you're watching on YouTube. And we want to remind our viewers that the stream is brought to you by Swift Lifestyles. You can use code GetGeeked for 15% purchase. Hydration powders, swag shakers, and so much. Great way to support the show and still get it too.
For sure.
Definitely good check out. But with
Absolutely.
that, we'll be back after a short commercial break. So don't go
See you
anywhere.
then.
When we do come back, we have our match of the week, which is a draft league match between the Greenway Gardevoirs and the fossilized Yuri. And of course, we will finish up with our top 5 plays of the week. Don't go anywhere. There is plenty more Silph Co Sports to come around.
See you in a bit.
See you in fact. Whew. All right, and welcome back, trainers, to Silph Co Sports. Tonight, we are at our match of the week, and we have a fun one for you guys. We have a draft league match from the Silph Co Draft Association, no affiliation, between the Greenway Gardevoirs, coached by Borbprime, and the
I saw in the chat
fossilized
earlier.
Fury, coached by none other than Geeklife's own Shinyhuntermono.
Cool
Remember,
guy,
if you
that
guys would like
Mono.
to be featured here on the show, please reach out to either Echo or I, and we would gladly facilitate that.
Please do.
But yeah, excited to see this one.
Your BO3s.
Yeah, submit your BO3s, and excited to see this one. Excited to see a match from, of course, Geeklife's Shinyhuntermono.
Yeah, representation from
I believe
Geeklife's
this
own.
is a Series 10 draft league match. There are, I believe, no mythicals, but legendaries are allowed.
That makes
So, which I
sense.
believe still falls in Series.
Yeah, that's Series 10 rules for sure.
Yeah,
They have Dynamax allowed? Because Series 10 was the no Dynamax one.
I'm not sure if Dynamax is allowed in there. From
I
what,
guess we'll see, huh?
yeah, I guess we will see.
Yeah.
But yeah, without further ado, let's see if we can check out these two.
Excited for this one.
Get started. So yeah, first we see Mono here with the fossilized Victory. Borbprime over there with the Greenway Gardevoirs, but yes, pass on
Got the dark symbol.
the spike mount, spike guard attack symbol.
Really good stuff. Both heroes. Such a cool team.
But yeah, then we get a peek here at Honest with the Ferrothorn, Sylveon, saw Cresselia there as well. Celesteela, that's Celesteela.
I was like, man, I missed the Cresselia, but if he's got Cresselia and Celesteela, like if he's got both of those and no
Oh,
Dynamax
yeah,
allowed, then yeah, ain't nothing breaking that team, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But I guess we'll see.
If this is Series 10, I wouldn't be surprised to see Wide Guard on that Celesteela. I almost said Cresselia, you got me doing it.
Yeah, so. But yeah, Seismic Toad, Lapras, Palkia, finish up that. What do we got overall? The Greenway Gardevoirs. Yeah.
It's like a Seaking, and I would imagine that's Lightning Rod Seaking. Could be Swift Swim though to try and counter range stuff, as well as Togekiss, Grimmsnarl, presumably for screens. Silvally, which I can only imagine to be a normal type Silvally with Explosion. Genesect. Giratina normal form, or Origin form, I suppose. Giratina Origin form, the one without Levitate. Interestingly enough, Genesect is mythical, if I'm not mistaken, so this does differ slightly from Series 10 rules, but I'm really interested to see what Genesect does here.
Yeah, it's from seeing this matchup, who would you say?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't see a great way to break Celesteela from Prime's end, especially if that Lapras, if Dynamax is allowed, Lapras sets screens plus Celesteela is very, very hard to break, and I know that from experience, because I used to use that.
Yeah, Lapras, I'm always going to be pro the side with Lapras odd. I mean, honestly, looking at that, I don't see anything that really gets through Lapras side. Unless Genesect brings something that I don't really know.
The one tech that I could see would be Shock Drive Genesect with, I believe it's called it is. Suppose you could also run Bounce to cover for grass types, right? That would make some sense.
Serious. Legendaries, mythic, so mythicals.
Interesting.
Okay.
It's the Rain Dance up. Togekiss just goes for the ops for the Follow Me. Ooh, Flip Turn Seeking. Wonder if it's Swift Swim Choice Band. Counter. No. Okay, I was like, did Mono spatial rend the fairy type? That's a crazy call.
Yeah.
But Dynamax
So
is
looks like,
allowed.
yeah,
there it
there's
is.
There we go.
Yep.
That's solved for us. All right,
Yep.
so looks
The
like we're
mystery
gonna
is no
see
longer a
Mono
mystery.
coming out with the here. Seismitoad is early. Really going to. I mean, honestly, a Dynamax Seismitoad in the rain, you def for it.
Very strong.
Caused
for
a lot of
sure.
havoc. Release. See that Mac Toad coming out of the way and hitting with a Ear Street to the Togekiss
Wow.
slot there. Doing too much damage, but is going to give that plus all around.
+1 speed, yeah.
Palkia.
I wonder.
And then we've got a Hydro Pump coming off of Palkia. It's going to go also into Togekiss as well, boosting the range. It is enough to take
It is
it
enough to
out.
take it out. I wondered, because that max airstream did a lot less than I expected. I wondered if it was maybe a
Flip turn. See,
can't imagine why you'd flip turn again unless it was something like choice band.
I think that ends up being pretty great.
Definitely a good turn for Mono.
Silvally coming out on the other side, also to replace the Steak.
Nothing.
You got Grims. I think that Grimmsnarl or Silvally can do to really stop the that.
I think that potentially a Dynamax Silvally might be coming out here.
Yeah.
Pokemon's got base 100 in all of its stats, and those like good defenses coupled with the doubled HP of Dynamax plus presumably a Reflect means that this Seismitoad might be doing next to nothing to Silvally. Max Strike would cancel out those max airstream boosts.
We see a
A light screen.
coming from Grimmsnarl.
They
That's gonna definitely boost up some defense there. Air Seismitoad into, believe that is
Snarl.
the Grimmsnarl. Okay,
With the Grimmsnarl slot, yeah.
Again, boosting that speed once more. Palkia, Spacious Rend, really not
light
doing
screen
much of
really not
anything.
doing anything, yeah.
And then the Max Overgrowth going inside the Toad. Looks like it's going to proc that berry. Let's see how much this does. Looks like
Wow.
it's doing too much. It's a quarter of its health chiseled away there.
That's impressive.
How do you think
looks like
that
a
turn worked
bulky
out?
Seismitoad. Sure, I feel like it could go either way, right? Silvally's a hard Pokemon because you can't tell what type it is.
Right.
You'd have to check, on the field, see what type it is. But we at home have no idea what type the Silvally is. If I had to guess, it doesn't seem like a grass type because I think a stab move would have done a lot more to that Silvally. I personally would bet normal type, but I suppose we'll
We
have
got
to
the
see.
Yep.
There it is.
We're making the double screen up. We've got a Max Knuckle of Seismitoad right on that Silvally. Really not doing damage either. Even though it is super effective.
It is super effective.
That
I feel like that
Reflect
does
really,
confirm normal type.
yeah, really chisels that on. Of course, you got another Spacious Wren coming out from Palkia. Still not doing too much damage. Citrus Berry
Nope.
procced on the Silvally. Overgrowth being to Seismitoad does not have the berry to help it out this time, and will
Nope.
take it down.
The grassy terrain boost and the loss of its berry means that this is a solid 2-hit KO on that Seismitoad for sure.
Oh yeah, berry can. But you
It
do
can
have a
only do
double
so
boost
much.
Palkia side with Ren.
It's
Turns
true.
that
Spatial
Silvally
range
up.
crit
Do you
chances.
get what? One more turn Silvally on that side of the field. Is this possible to get out of this hole that Mike backed himself into?
The protect from Palkia definitely makes a lot of sense here. The support Lapras. Oh,
I
Life
saw
Dew,
their
Icy
song.
Wind, Perish Song, and Mist. Super interesting
protect.
choice there.
Thunder
Oh,
Wave
blocking the Thunder Wave.
coming right off there.
Next
Overgrowth.
Overgrowth into the
out of
Lapras. I think that
Silvally
kills.
Lapras. It
I am
does not.
so,
Takes it down to about
so wrong.
health. Pair Song coming off of lap. So everybody's got a Pair Song, including that double boosted Palkia.
Yeah, a little bit of a shooting yourself in the foot there, it looks like, because both trainers
Right.
still have 3 Pokemon left, and there's nothing trapping these opponents in.
Right.
So-
But you are going to have to do the 2-turn switch strategy. Switch both.
Right.
So that
It
does
is a bit
at least
predictable.
you at least a little bit to where you can maybe fire off some patience rent. Completely protected. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to be
True.
to get you.
I'm not sure how much that's going to get for you, really. See the Life Dew coming off of the Lapras, and personally, I feel like I'm again inclined to say that Lapras lives whatever Volley throws at it, but Volley's not going to get a chance to throw anything at it.
Silvala, which another one
Ow.
with another Pair Song Mon. So they only have one Mon to switch out. Well,
Oh, they
now you can't
opponent
switch.
can't switch out at all. Yeah, Grimmsnarl's doomed. 2 turns. It's going to go down no matter what you do.
Okay. And
Now this grassy terrain working against the opponent in this scenario. And Palkia and Lapras healing plus Life Dew. Not what you want to see in this situation.
we get others. I don't know if there's really does stop and really can just tear through the seeking. Pretty much have this lock
Yeah,
because you can just
I
keep
feel like
Thorn.
situation.
Switching Ferrothorn.
I think there's one situation that Seeking can take this, and that's if Seeking is running a Horn Drill. That requires hitting 3 Horn Drills. And living a Spatial Rend from Palkia, which we'll see if Seeking is capable of now. Yes, handily.
Scale shot.
shot. Interesting.
Going at Ferrothorn. You're gonna do 2 Ferrothorn. Complete walls. You got a fire type move. It's hard to get through.
Mon is hard to break.
Break coming. Ferrothorn.
Whoa,
That
Brick
will
Break does
do
a
bit
lot
more
though.
damage. It will
That
get
was a
hit by the
crit.
spike. Barbs.
And the Rocky Helmet, if I'm not mistaken. There it is.
A rock. That is a good way. It really does help. There's times where the Rocky spikes right,
Yeah,
damage from the Rocky
really,
more than Poda did with him.
sure. Now the grass is gone, so
well.
any residual healing for both sides is removed. Now, there's not really a reason to keep Palkia in there. You can just let.
Well, you can bring back that
Grimmsnarl
residual
go
healing if
down.
you got something like Elite Ferrothorn.
Oh, that
That's
is
exactly
true.
what's
You got a point.
Palkia is going to get Lapras is back in. Perish Trap has been activated. Scale Shot coming. Lapras slot. Just
Yeah,
doing
they wanted to hit
chisels
the
of damage.
Palkia with Scale Shot. Reasonable damage. I'm not gonna lie, reasonable damage on the Scale Shot, but
Pretty reasonable. Coming in
Just
with the
I don't-
Brick Break on Lapras. I think
Ooh.
that might be a take
think
it
that's a
out.
knockout,
Lapras
yes,
does
sir.
go out, but that was enough to reset the Perish Song. That'll be
yeah.
at least enough to trap that girl in.
I think Palkia is in a bad situation here thanks to Scale Shot, but I don't think Ferrothorn has too much to fear from it, unfortunately, for that Sea King.
Nope.
I think this is a pretty clean victory just thanks to Ferrothorn's insane bulk and a little bit of Perish Trap assistance from the Lapras.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually a pretty strategic Perish in the long run. If you usually you think of Perish taking a whole side of an, but this was a good example of take out just slot by essentially eliminating positive.
Do you think that
basically
Mono
forces
is...
the person to in replace it, switch on the very first Perish Song, makes it more predictable.
Absolutely.
What were you about to say?
Do you think Mono made a bit of a misplay this turn by going for Iron Defense? Their Seeking is at -2 defense because Scale Shot lowers defense every time it's used. A Body Press absolutely KOs every time that it's used. I think if you protect the Ferrothorn, you're giving the Seeking an opportunity to KO Palkia.
Yeah, I think
If I'm
that
not
that
mistaken.
that is a possibility. I don't know if there's
It's
anything
possible.
really
I don't know if it's likely.
they can't do on the side, and I think that the safe play here is try to see if you off of leech. But I don't know. I think I would agree with you. I would go for the body.
Sure.
Spacious
At this
Ren
point,
is
playing defensively feels like you could be throwing, just thanks to the fact that the Sea King can only target one Pokemon at a time.
exactly. But that will do it for the first round. The first round going to Fossilized Fury, coached by none other than Shinyhuntermono. Congrats on that. But
Well
let's
done
see
to
how that
Mono.
ends up turning to here. Now, is there any adjustments that Borbprime can do to really adjust for what Mono has on this side, or is this kind of bot start with just that are
I think that perhaps there could have been some adjustments made in terms of what Pokemon were brought for the draft league, but let me look at the Pokemon on the opponent's end and see what could be done. I think that Genesect could be super interesting based on what it's running. It gets download, which either gives it an attack or a special attack boost whenever it switches in. That could snowball pretty quickly, especially if you Dynamaxed it. Made use of those. But I see Mono going with a very, very similar game plan to the initial
Yeah,
game
I
one
mean, it
strategy.
seems like the play for Fossilized Fairies, bulk, 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 that worked last time. So I think that it's got a strong possibility to work before, and that's what
Yeah.
what steel types are, and two. So we'll see how that ends up.
Agree. And they have two strong, stally steel types like Cresselia and Ferrothorn supported by Rain.
Looks
Really
we're
just
gonna
feels
still
like-
Valon, Grim starting off with Celesteela, Palkia starting for Fossilized Fury.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the Celesteela is running here because we didn't get much of a chance to look at their moves.
It looks like
Can't imagine
Leaf
that.
heck. A very again another bulky setup. I mean,
Very,
it's
very bulky.
essentially with the Ferrothorn as far as battle type.
Yep, yep. And I don't know if Silvally has enough offense to break Celesteela without something like a crit.
Here comes that Celesteela right off. You gotta
Going
wonder
for it
here,
turn
only
one.
having, I guess, go for a bunch of max deals. But if your strategy is bulk, why not go for the bulkiest to bulk?
True, true. But this parting shot really gonna lower Celesteela's damage output combined with a light screen. I don't think this KO's Grimmsnarl. I'd
Like, it was
actually be
anything.
surprised if it does more than half now, yeah.
Yeah.
I hopes the Sea King.
Switching in.
Really think that that's choice band.
Palkia comes off with the Spacious Ren Seeking.
That's a
And
crit.
that's gonna crit all the way out of there.
Yikes.
And that's unfortunate. Which I think you're
Poor
making a
Sea
good
King.
play there, but all of a sudden, the Steel Spike right into Grimmsnarl is getting not even
Not even
half the
50%.
damage. And Grimmsnarl does not like Steel type moves.
Not at all. You can see that the parting shot from Silvally really having an effect on this Celesteela. Its damage output is going to be severely limited now. Though it does still have Iron Defense and Leech Seed to chip away at the opponent. Really think that... Oh, there's the Giratina. See what
Giratina on the
Giratina's
other
rocking
side.
here. If anything.
Yeah, that's
Facial
gonna be
Rend.
that's gonna be an interesting one to see how they end up playing out. Especially if you get a Thunder Wave coming off into Celesteela, paralyzed Celesteela with the parting shot, now behind the lights. It's really not. You get a super effective to it. We get Facial Rent coming off Palkia, and that's going to go into Giratina. Really not even doing much there. That light's really, really taking
very much.
Another max deal by going Grimmsnarl. Still not enough to KO it. Pretty much walling out this Celesteela. Yes, the Greenway Gardevoirs lost that Seeking first turn, but after that, I mean, being able to eat up the Celesteela's steel spikes it makes it worth it a little
Yeah,
bit.
it really does. Really have to wonder. I really feel like that Seeking was choice banned. Love to know the set after the.
Yeah. That'd
Love
be
to know the
interesting to
Seeking
find
set.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've
Super
seen him
interesting.
do nothing but the same move over and over again. So
Yeah.
protect
Really-
coming off of the Palkia. We
Well,
Dragon Pulse
Pulse.
of I believe that there's Brick Break. Also going
Goes
into
into the
Palkia.
Palkia.
Great call here. Paralyzed though. It doesn't really get
Fortunate.
movement forward.
Yeah, it gets
So an
nothing
absolutely
for
great
it.
call by Mono, but nothing to show for it.
Nope, unfortunately, that's just how the game works. Sometimes paralysis says, no, you don't get to play the game.
Yeah. no, you
Really
don't get to
does.
move here.
No, you do not.
3 or
With
4
light
times in a row.
screen, though, I gotta say, Spatial Ren did some damage. Giratina's a bulky Pokemon.
We got a
There's a
Dragon
Dragon
Pulse coming
Pulse.
off of Giratina to Palkia, which is going to do a significant amount of damage. A little bit in the health there. Palkia coming Facial Rend, moving in Giratina, knocking it down below 50% health, but not even in the red yet. Brick Break coming
Nope.
off of Grimmsnarl into Palkia, still up. Iron Defense coming off Celesteela, just keep what they got there, right?
What you've got there, indeed. Celesteela almost at full HP. Palkia only slightly under half. Really, I'm not sure what the Gardevoirs are going to be able to do to come back from this. Right? Because 2 of your Pokemon are at very low HP, and your only Dynamax option looks to be that Silvally, which, I had to guess, doesn't have anything to hit Celesteela. Might be so bold as to say that this game might be over before it even began.
It's very possible. You got a Pulse coming off of Giratina to what was the Palkia slot and taken place by Lapras. Brick Break that slot.
Brick Break doing a lot more in the Lapras than it was in the
lot
Palkia.
more, but still not get it out.
Yeah.
Leftovers, recovery, sell a little bit.
It's the Paris song.
Paris, go. And
I know.
this will be a big critical play to really off. And Thunder Wave coming off to Lapras. Still not a Paris song though. Thunderbolt.
Well, Conberry, that
Rocks
was
the
not revealed
berry.
last game.
Great call there. Still lives.
I really,
Flash
I think
Cannon
it's.
coming off Stella.
Do you think it's interesting that Mono opted for Iron Defense instead of Flash Cannon last turn? 'Cause if they were going to swap to Lapras, I feel like they could have
Right.
swapped.
You could have
KO the Grimmsnarl, go for Paris song. Exactly, we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, taking him. I agree. I think that would have been a better play, but this does end up locking Giratina. For sure.
Giratina is locked
That
into it.
at least works in that way. You love to see a good Paris trap work out.
Yeah, Paris Trap
and,
is something I am.
I mean,
quite
if you're on
fond of.
the winning side, if you're on the other side of it, you hate trap.
I do have to say though, I don't like the Paris song here.
Yeah.
You got a, if I'm not mistaken, a +4 Celesteela. Really don't think you have to do anything special to win this game. I think if you'd gone for, maybe a Life Dew and just gone for some Leech Seed stuff, I don't think any of these Pokemon have anything that... Oh, that's why the Max Overgrow is as weak as it was. It's Grass Pledge. It's a special attacking Silvally, which means that those defense boosts on the Celesteela are not going to do anything against what looks to be 2 special attackers.
Leaps procking side, which is, I mean, this is a great setup because if you are going to wait out the Paris, well, you don't even.
Oh, you can double Leech Seed too. That's rude.
You could, but it'll Paris. The Paris is.
Alright, the Parish is going to activate first. Snarl, an interesting choice. The Celesteela is already -1, and you have Light Screen up. Still haven't seen a Dynamax from either of these Pokemon from the
Yeah, that's
Gardevoir
interesting
side.
Dyn-
I also think
they might-
Iron Defense
They may
is
see
an
the writing on the
interesting
wall
play.
of this.
Yeah, they
but-
might.
Get an offense. paralysis still keeps Celesteela locked up.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Do you think if they'd gone for body press instead of iron defense, that would have been more beneficial? I know they're trying to boost their body press damage, but the iron defense doesn't do anything for you in this end game.
yeah? I
They
agree.
press the Silvally and go for protect this turn. That's just more damage. You are forced to switch out that Celesteela unless you want to just let it go down, but
I mean, you still have
Yeah.
everybody here. for
yeah,
damage.
all 4 Pokemon alive. You can opt to get another Parasong off. I think that might
Yeah,
just be game.
Celesteela swaps Palkia.
I have to wonder if it's
Pressure
something like
go up.
Hyper Beam on the Silvally for Max Strike, or if it's just got support moves.
Ferret. Got Snarl coming. Sylvally.
I don't think they're in a position to play defensively with Snarls.
Aura Sphere, the Ferrothorn, but it's thing. Protect. Leech Seed keeps on chiseling away at Sylvally.
Yep. I don't think they're in a position to play as defensively as they are with Snarls, and maybe they forgot about Dynamax. I know I've had that happen to me in a number of matches, but
Yeah.
might be right in that they see the writing on the wall. One body press is going to do a crazy amount of damage now.
I would imagine so, especially for that
Mm-hmm. I
Protect.
think this is going to go ahead and be the end. Last Pledge into
Grass
Palkia.
Pledge coming into
Yep.
Palkia and doing a body press coming off of Ferrothorn right in
That's
that
gonna be
Sylvally
game for
slot, and
sure.
that will put it for Fossilized Fury.
That was
So
a
there we have
4-0
it.
also.
Yeah, there you go. 4-0. Great job. Fantastic match. And
Well done by
fantastic
Mono, for
win
sure.
the Fossilized Fury. What did you think about that match? Definitely some interesting plays there. Definitely probably some things that could have gone a little bit better, but in the end, Perish Trap for the win.
And a Perish Trap all the way, in my opinion. I love the Seeking. I love Seeking as a pick because of Lightning Rod, because of Swift Swim. I feel like Horn Drill, if they had it in that first game,
Yeah.
really could have come back, brought that win
would've been
back for them. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that-
RNG dependent for sure, but at that point, I don't know what else you have.
That would have been an interesting. In these draft leagues, you really have to extract mons out there.
Sure,
This
for
wasn't
sure.
a pick. I think that they really didn't have answers for some of the mons that Fossil, especially
That's
Palkia,
fair.
especially Ferrothorn. There wasn't.
Oh yeah, best
and,
answers were Aura Sphere and Brick Break. I
that's
saw.
not a position. Fire.
Sure.
Even if it's fire,
Air Punch
better.
on Grimmsnarl, yeah.
that's what you got to do. But big shout out to Shinyhuntermono and Borbprime. Thank you
Appreciate
guys
you
so
guys.
much.
Thank you for sending
Fantastic
in your
match.
match.
GG's.
Super interesting. I love draft matches.
Yes, draft league matches are always fun. You see things that are off meta, and that's
The whole
what
appeal.
that's what makes us smile at the end of the day. Hey, producer Up Smash, do you have any thoughts on that last match that you wanted to share?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and hit us, producer up smash.
Hey everyone, it's me back again. Honestly, I saw the freaking out bulk of a goddamn century right there.
Yeah.
Honestly, and also that Lapras giving that singing. Oh my lord! I don't know if it's a
That Lapras is singing.
Very
I don't know if it was a
Wasn't
good
immaculate.
performance or a bad performance, but it was a performance, all right.
Certainly was.
The whole house was knocked out after.
Oh yeah, most certainly. But yeah, honestly, that was just a very bulky game right there. Very good plays right there. The bulky monitor,
boys.
if you
Bulky
would.
for the win.
All right,
Oh yeah.
Rain plus bulky steel types is reliable in any
alrighty, I'm
format.
gonna pass it back to you guys.
Appreciate it, producer up smash. Thanks for your input.
We do. Yeah, there's definitely some bulky boys, for sure, 100%. And yeah, I mean, again, I love to see a good Perish Trap go out there. So, snaps
Gotta
to you,
agree.
Mono, for pulling it off. All right, well, that brings us to the last part of our stream and my personal favorite part of our stream,
I love
our
this
top 5
segment.
plays of the week. So I'm gonna start us off with our 5 in the countdown is from our friend IronMac04, which is we get a little bit of BDSP highlights now that we got some Brilliant Diamond out here. Maylene, this is a gym leader that I really struggle with a lot as a mono steel type Pokemon trainer here. I still use this Apollyon. This Drain Punch was absolutely kicking my ass, and the fact that Lucario was faster than my Primplup. That's what I think
Imagine
the middle
it had
evolution's
inner
name
focus too.
really
That's
hurt.
crazy.
But this Bubble Beam right here doing a lot of damage, even though he's 5 levels higher. But the big news was the speed drop, and you can see his face right there.
Yeah,
because
the hope.
This is a Nuzlocke, and he thought he was gonna possibly lose Primplup here, but
Yeah,
now
that
the
one
speed drop is here. And is that one speed drop enough to outspeed Lucario? He hasn't done the math. He doesn't know.
I have no clue, but want to believe.
So he's super duper nervous. Don't know what's gonna happen. Maylene is a tough gym leader. This Maylene, I had 10 or 11 knockouts. I think 2 of them were Maylene, because of how good of a gym leader he is. And of course, there you go, the Bubble Beam to finish Lucario off because he outspeeds it. Now that you got the speed drop on that last Bubble Beam, absolutely clutch win against Maylene, the 4th gym leader, I believe. Who's surprisingly one of the harder ones.
Surprisingly difficult, it looks like.
Metatite in that beginning has Drain Punch, yes, but it has Light Screen, it has Bulk Up, and can't remember what the last one was, but it's all like status moves. That Metatite basically could sweep my whole team if it got set up.
If you let it, it really can just steamroll everything.
So I really think that they really upped the ante with the gym leaders in this in the remake, and I think they did their best to make them a bit more challenging. I think that clips like this, tense moments like this, making the highlights shows you that they did. Because this, I mean, you can see the drama on his face the entire time. Like right now, he's like, "Oh man, is it enough? Is it enough? 5 levels higher. You know, it should be enough. It should just barely be outspeeding me as it is. He got a big speed drop. I should be enough." And then like all it is clicking.
Goes for it.
All it is waiting for him to get the courage to click the same move again, in hopes that it's enough.
Put your faith in your starter.
Lo and behold, it ends up being just enough.
Absolutely incredible.
Winning and grabbing that badge for him, and just enough to take out Lucario. That was a big part.
Love to see it.
Love to see it.
Looks like actually that Primplup might have gained enough XP to evolve based off that one play that it made.
Oh yeah,
a well-deserved evolution indeed.
Right. I mean, that's like anime, like perfect.
Yeah, that's an anime moment for sure.
For sure. Who's coming in at number 4 here, Echo?
Well, coming in at number 4, it looks like we have a Haunter clip, potentially a Gengar clip. Going after the Dreadnought. They solo Dreadnought.
Gabriel Antonio. Just absolute defense here. Just absolute sliver of health. And all of a sudden, I mean, to be able to do that and hold off. Oh look, whole team. Are we gonna go the whole team?
Really, defense holding out against the entire team. Gengar is not a bulky Pokemon, but bobbing and weaving and dashing around.
That's a whole team wipe.
That was the entire team.
Full team wipe, and then just dump all that 40 points in the goal.
Yep,
that's insane.
Good stuff. Crazy. This Pokemon is so good.
Yeah.
Like Sludge Bomb Hex is still such a crazy combination in my opinion. Definitely not as good as it used to be, but damn, still so good.
Just amazing defense or amazing offense?
I say that in this clip, best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they end up getting Dreadnought.
Yeah,
the other team, that is.
The other team gets Dreadnought.
After Dreadnought, after Dreadnought, post Dreadnought, just one Haunter taking on the entire team.
Yep.
Cool, man. It really
I
earned
didn't notice that they
Lucha
went for
Libre.
the Unite move there either. The Unite move really coming in clutch for the HP recovery and the extra damage.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely insane. I love Gengar.
Absolutely insane. Congratulations to Gabriel Antonio for that amazing Amazing
Thank you
Gengar
for
play there.
submitting. Love Gengar.
Yes, and thank you for submitting that in. I believe that was submitted in by Dark Pulse. It was either by Dark Pulse or Nader92, but either one. Thank you guys so much for that.
Everyone, thank you.
Number 3 is a really interesting one. Going back to the BDSP ladder here, we got Mochi Papusa coming in for a clutch of victory against Cynthia, toughing out an earthquake so that it wouldn't feel sad, and coming back for a waterfall
Let's
to take it all
go.
out. Rough Skin takes out Barabble, but even though it died, it still survived enough to beat out Cynthia. And you know what? It was just too picture perfect, right? You got Barabble. Barabble's just the beloved teddy bear of the Sinnoh region. And that waterfall being
B-Barrel.
just enough to take it out.
KO'd itself to Rough Skin, but it was a
KO.
sacrifice not made in vain.
Yeah, not made in vain. So
We
exactly.
remembered B-Barrel.
B-Barrel, the
Peace.
best, the bestest B-Barrel there coming in.
B-Barrel. Sure.
So congratulations, Mochi Papusa, and for that amazing Cynthia victory, and congrats on your
Congrats
Sinnoh
on
cha-
beating it for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The number 2 spot. It looks like we have a clip of Wagner Jordan. Oh, is that Serena?
Oh yes. This
Oh,
is
interesting. I haven't
Serena.
seen Serena. What is that? 5v1.
You're on fire!
This is what happens when you
much.
stay. This is what happens when you stay. You get absolutely. Come in here. We got one,
Wrestle
two, that's
Queen, you get royally fucked.
That is the whole
You're on fire!
Serena coming in with a couple of axles. Jesus Christ, those things.
Ooh, I have to try to open that out for myself. Wagner Jordan, you inspired.
You're on fire!
This clip, you have to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to take the number 1 slot for this one. Honestly, Flail Axe is just completely busted.
Steal the throne.
It's like I got like a. Okay, I honestly got the suggestion to do Flail Axe, just like on by standard. Forget a heavy slam block. You're relying off your teammates to do the thing. How about you just do it yourself? You're a bear. You could do it. I don't know. I mean, I've seen
Right.
Do it
I've seen a
yourself.
bear,
You're a
like,
bear.
slap some crap around. He can do it. Why not?
Yeah, you're a big boy.
Exactly.
But
Chunky.
yes, heavy slam block is pretty good. But oh my god, do I love using flail axe? Oh my god.
It looks insane.
All
Absolutely
right, I'm
ridiculous.
sending it
Well,
back to you guys.
it's good because we need to get together and do some Unite sometime soon.
Sure.
Producer up Smash, especially if you got Snorlax, because like covering a defensive slot is really good. And one of the ones that I've really been enjoying a lot lately is Blastoise.
I've been enjoying a lot of Blastoise myself.
Blastoise is so much fun as a defender. I think that's my boy that I'm going to. And I tweeted a clip out a couple of weeks ago of an amazing Blastoise steal that I had. Definitely a lot of fun.
Definitely a really, really fun Pokemon. Just like a lot of the Pokemon in Unite. I think that the game's not perfectly balanced, but I think every Pokemon is fun.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
I respect that for sure.
For
They
sure.
all feel faithful to who the Pokemon are supposed to be. So
For the most part, yeah, I think so. I don't
most
think any
part.
of them feel too out of place. I think Serena is really the embodiment of that, because like she has moves that are not grass moves but are Serena moves, like
there are
triple
Serena
X.
moves. Triple
you know?
Axel is like the Serena move.
Right, like that's a really, really good one, and that's an ice move, right? That shouldn't be
Yeah.
a Serena move, but they have it there. I think that's a really a good call on. So I really like.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Love that call for sure.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up for this time, guys. Big shout out to everybody that was showcased here tonight,
Sure.
which is Ironmatic 04, Gabriel Antonio, Mochu Papusa, Dragonair Jordan, our producer Up Smash, Shinyhuntermono, Borbprime, and of
Of course, all of you.
all of you as well. Littlest Nelly, Awesome Game Girl, Savage Patch, all you guys, Caperdoodle. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Remember that if you like what you see or hear on the show tonight, you can always like, subscribe, comment, and if you want even more of us, you can follow me on any of my personal socials. You can find me at Rusebane, WRUSE_BAE on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to, again, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Echo, where can they find you if they want more information? You, my friend.
I am on Twitter at echo_rose, if I'm not mistaken. Could be a dash. I don't remember my own Twitter handle.
Tagged in all of our stuff. Follow Geeklife.
Tagged in all of our stuff. Follow Geeklife on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter. And of course, a big shout out to our
Biggest shout
strange
out.
pink blob behind the curtain, a little bit in front of the curtain this time. Producer,
Yeah, a bit.
you can find his content in the description on YouTube and right here in chat if you're chilling with us live here on Twitch.
Yeah, so big thank you to Up Smash. We certainly couldn't do the show without him.
We're not, absolutely not. And we really enjoyed, or at least I enjoyed really having Up Smash opinions being thrown in.
Yeah.
With the little behind the scenes image. Good, it's good.
Goes.
Good.
Smash
Good,
might
good
usurp
for you
my
guys to
position
see
at
what
some
we're
point.
seeing the entire time while we're doing the show, right, Echo?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, well, that'll do it for us, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stick around for the raid, and we will see you guys next time.
Hang in there.
Catch
And
you
see
later.
you next time for Silph Co Sports.
Still hot. The hottest mic. Still there. Good job.
This
Good
mic,
job.
hot mic. Mic's so hot they could fry it.
No carb ink with a Glock.
Glock Carbink is a classic.
Glock
I
carbine.
want that to
Quiver
be a
answers
Twitch
up.
emote for us.
We'll raid Quiver. Oh, nice.
Go.
Perfect. I got the raid set up. All right, guys,
Nice.
go say hi to Quiver. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for hanging out with Silph Co Sports.
For hanging out.
Peace.
See us next time for Silph Co Sports.